What's good, y'all? Today we're gonna be reacting to the deadliest ape attacks. Let's get straight to it.
Has attacked my daughter. She is bleeding profusely, and the animal has to be shot. It has attacked my 50-year-old daughter. She needs an ambulance.
On this terrifying day, Tamara Bogatti and her daughter narrowly avoided death when their pet chimp, Buck, finally snapped.
Okay, are you safe?
I need to be safe.
Okay.
For St. James Davis and his wife, what started as a birthday party for their pet chimp Mo turned into the worst day of their lives.
Man, you heard that? Shot his head. Shot his head. Do a headshot.
Got another chimp bite my fingers one at a time, and the other one was sitting on my back, eating me alive. My butt, my privates, just my neck, my butt. And the other one was sitting on my back, eating me alive. My butt, my privates, just my neck, head. And it's a miracle that I'm alive.
Others, like this young boy, are also lucky to be alive. Sadly, many apes are misunderstood and killed for their natural behavior.
Oh my God!
A 450-pound gorilla dragging around a 3-year-old boy like a rag doll. This morning, the Cincinnati Zoo defending its decision to put down the 17-year-old endangered silverback named Harambe.
Today we'll look at 4 more of the most unsettling ape attacks and show you what you'll need to know to survive one. Why did a chimp owner blame the PETA organization for a horrific accident?
To get started in data analytics, you don't need previous experience or a degree. The Google Data Analytics Certificate will teach.
Why was delivering a birthday cake to a pet chimp a recipe for disaster? And was Harambe the gorilla really trying to save the 3-year-old boy?
You're both locked in the basement, correct? We're both locked in the basement, yes. And they've got to do a headshot on the ape. Don't say, oh, it's cute, or come here. It will attack them.
Unlike dogs, apes don't make great house pets. People often adopt or buy a chimpanzee when they're babies, thinking they can imprint on them as parents. But while they may be cute and cuddly in their youth, they can quickly grow to 100 pounds or more. But it's not their size that poses a threat. When fully matured, chimpanzees can be 5 to 6 times stronger than the average human. They can also carry disease and dangerous bacteria and not even show symptoms. We're talking herpes, tuberculosis, and simian immunodeficiency virus. And if they lack a healthy social life with other chimps or feel threatened in any way, they're known for aggressive outbursts, sometimes fatal ones. Our first attack survivor got caught in the middle of one, leaving him with scars that will haunt him forever. St. James Davis, a NASCAR driver, traveled to Tanzania, Africa in 1967. Upon his return home to California, his girlfriend at the time, LaDonna, was greeted with a surprise that would change their lives forever. During St. James's Africa trip, he came across a mother chimp giving birth in the wild. Moments later, he witnessed something utterly shocking.
I saw the poachers shooting chimps.
Oh, no.
And I saw Mo's mom giving birth. And the poacher come up, chopped her head off, her hands and feet. They saw me. Excuse me, I'm out of here.
St. James couldn't sleep that night, and the next day he decided to return to the scene. He found an orphan chimp in distress, lying next to his dead mother. In that moment, he knew he had to do something.
I took him, washed him up, and brought him home.
Been with us ever since.
40 years ago.
40 years ago.
LaDonna fell in love with the chimp, and the pair decided to name the cuddly little guy Mo. St. James and Mo formed
40 years, dog. That's a member of the family. Jesus, man. Okay, so he killed you after 40 years. I mean, is it really so bad, big dog?
a loving bond, and he would often carry him in a sling around his chest as he worked in his auto body shop. Mo the chimp wasn't treated like a regular house pet. Instead, Davis and his wife raised him like their child. From sitting at the kitchen table to sleeping in their bed, Mo even learned how to use the toilet. 2 years later, St. James and LaDonna got married, and Mo was both the flower thrower and St. James's best man. In 1977, when Mo was 10 years old and much larger, he bit a woman's finger. This incident inevitably led to a lawsuit, which included an attempt to remove Mo from the Davises' possession. But after seeing Mo's tame, human-like behavior, the judge dismissed the case. In 1998, Mo escaped from his cage, and it took numerous police and animal control officers to apprehend him. He was returned home, but not before he dented a police cruiser and mauled an officer's hand. A year later, Mo bit a visitor's finger after she put her hand in his cage, ignoring the Davises' warnings not to do so. Following the attack, Mo was moved to an animal sanctuary to live with other chimps. The Davises still visited him regularly, but on his 38th birthday, the unthinkable happened.
When I looked around, I knew we were in trouble.
Yeah. And they came after you first?
Yes. I was between them and James, and they came at me first and got my thumb, and he pushed it.
These monkeys ain't to be played with. He got with the gang. He got with the gang. That's what happened. And it was like, boy, you with the this like the plot of what's Caesar? What's that movie? A Planet of the Apes right here. That's what this is.
Us apart, and I went backwards. And when I went backwards, they went after him. Otherwise, I probably would have got the blunt of the attack.
On March 3rd, 2005, the Davises brought a cake for Mo to celebrate his birthday. Although Mo didn't share a cage with the other chimps at the sanctuary, they were all kept in the same area. So when his adoptive parents sliced him a piece of cake and handed it to him through the cage, the other chimps weren't too happy.
So you have this thing that's not a dog, it's not a person. It's this weird in-between thing. It's an animal, but it's also intelligent. And so when you do something for someone else, but you don't do something for them, they get rage, like horrific rage.
Before they knew it, two male chimps had broken out of their cage and started to attack LaDonna and St.
This is what he got the plot for, right?
St. James pushed LaDonna under a nearby table and saved her life, but at a significant cost to his own.
He stuck his thumb in my eye and peeled off the side of my face. Thumb in my eye and peeled off.
Oh, this happened while this all happening while they giving the cake.
Like horrific rage.
Before they knew it, two male chimps had broken out of their cage and started to attack LaDonna and St. James. St. James pushed LaDonna under a nearby table and saved her life, but at a significant cost to his own.
He stuck his thumb in my eye and peeled off the side of my face, over my other side, the face. Then he drugged me, bit off my heel, and he drugged me down.
Students with ADHD save 10 hours studying with this Chrome extension.
But no, by all...
Down a hill 30 feet, so impacted with dirt and mud. It took them a long time to really clean me up.
Upon hearing LaDonna's screams, a staff member quickly ran over. Shocked by the horrific scene, they grabbed a handgun. The sanctuary ranger managed to shoot one of the chimps, while the other pulled St. James's bloody body away in a frenzy. Moments later, the second chimp was shot dead. By the time the attack was over, St. James had lost his nose, right eye, 8 of his fingers, testicles, and even pieces of his lips, cheeks, buttocks, and foot. Thankfully, because of her husband's quick thinking, LaDonna only walked away from the horrific incident with a missing thumb. Craig Stanford, a professor of anthropology and biology at the University of Southern California, argued that the attack was to show Mo, the new male chimp, who was in charge. The two male chimps couldn't attack him, so instead, according to Stanford, they attacked the first individuals they came across who were in their immediate territory. Other experts claimed the chimps were jealous of the favoritism Mo was regularly getting, and it's possible both these theories are correct. Yeah. St. James needed more than a dozen surgeries and stayed in hospital for 5 months. He was put in a medically induced coma and, at one point, was fighting for his life. Since then, he's been confined to a wheelchair and can't see out of his right eye. He also doesn't have full use of his hands. After his recovery, the Davises regularly visited Mo at his new home, a sanctuary in the San Bernardino Mountains. But in 2008, he managed to escape. Mo broke off the steel welds of his cage and was never seen again. The Davises were heartbroken, not knowing what happened to the chimp they had raised for nearly 40 years. Surviving a chimp attack like this is next to impossible unless you have a gun or other weapon to defend yourself with. Something former chimp owner Tamara Brogatti knew all too well.
Police say the chimpanzee's owner, Tamara Brogatti, was seeking shelter from the pet chimp inside her home.
Tamara brought Buck the chimp home to her ranch in Oregon in 2004 when he was just 21 days old. For years, he was able to roam around freely and was treated as a regular house pet. That is until 2010, when Oregon passed a law banning the possession of dangerous animals, including chimps. However, because Tamara had owned Buck before the law came into effect, she wasn't required to give him up. PETA was fighting to have Buck moved from the Brogatti home to a proper animal sanctuary, and in April 2021, they filed several complaints to the Oregon Department of Agriculture. This led to an investigation, and on June 16, 2021, the city told Tamara she had 6 months to fix the issues, which included no longer allowing Buck to roam freely around her property. Just 4 days later, authorities received an emergency call from the Brogatti's home.
I've locked myself in the basement with her. I can't get out to get my own gun. Okay. On the patio, you're going to have to do a headshot.
Yeah, this one is, but... Oh.
We're sending a deputy right now. Hang on 1 second, okay?
She's saying because if you don't kill him, you're going to hit a pain. It's going to kill you.
More than one, because the ape, if the ape gets a drop on him, he's gone too. I've never seen anything like this.
Buck escaped his enclosure after Tamara's daughter forgot to lock his gate. This was when he attacked, biting her torso, arms, and legs. When police arrived on the scene, Buck was out front, and Tamara told them again that he needed to be put down.
Okay, are you safe?
I need you to shoot him.
Okay.
Shoot. Attack, traumatize.
After Buck was shot and killed, Tamara and her daughter were taken to a hospital and treated for their injuries. PETA blamed Tamara for Buck's death, claiming she had violated the requirements of his permit and deprived the social animal of interacting with other chimps, which may have led to his outburst. Tamara took no responsibility,
of course she did.
Instead blaming PETA for filing the initial complaint and the Oregon Department of Agriculture for not allowing Buck to roam freely around as he did before, which led to his agitation. Often human error or ego leads to the tragic loss of an animal's life in situations like these. From thinking wild animals can be tamed as pets to neglecting your child at the zoo, the sad reality is that it's usually the animals who have to suffer from our behavior. Harambe was born at Gladys Porter Zoo in Brownsville, Texas on May 27, 1999.
Rest in peace, Harambe.
As he continued to grow, it was determined he needed a bigger space to accommodate him. Experts also decided he had to learn adult gorilla behavior, which required him to be around other grown silverbacks. This led to his move to the Cincinnati Zoo on September 18, 2014. Just one day after his 17th birthday, Harambe became an internet sensation.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where
only an incident that should have never happened.
A 450-pound gorilla dragging around a 3-year-old boy like a rag doll. This morning, the Cincinnati Zoo defending its decision to put down the 17-year-old endangered silverback named Harambe.
While visiting the zoo, a 3-year-old and his mother went to see the gorillas. The child climbed over a 3-foot fence, through 4 feet of bushes, and fell 12 feet onto a moat, separating the gorillas from visitors. Zoo staff immediately tried to get the gorillas back into their enclosure, which 2 females obliged. The only male gorilla, Harambe, decided to check out what the commotion was all about.
At one point, the primate stops and appears to hold the child's hand, later propping the boy out from behind and eventually dragging him all the way to the other side of the cage. After 10 excruciating minutes, officials made the decision to shoot and kill him, saying that a tranquilizer dart would have been too risky.
Following the incident, Harambe became a name known around the world. Some felt the zoo's response was unethical, while others blamed the child's mother for allowing the boy to fall into the enclosure in the first place. Experts defended the zoo's actions, even though they were sure Harambe didn't mean to hurt the boy.
They made the absolutely right decision. I need to let you know that that gorilla had no intention of hurting that child, and I don't think anybody believes that. However, that gorilla was disoriented, he was agitated, he didn't understand his strength.
Was killing Harambe the right move? Let us know what you think in the comments. The days after the incident, online petitions started popping up calling for the mother to be held responsible for Harambe's death. An investigation was launched, and ultimately, prosecutors didn't blame her for negligence, as she was attending to her 3 other children when the boy took off. Gorilla attacks don't happen often, but when they do, they are usually in self-defense on the part of the animal. As herbivores, they'll never look at a human as a potential meal. As you've already seen, dangerous situations do occur. In 2020, a zookeeper in Madrid accidentally scared a gorilla, leading to serious injuries. Another incident at the Rotterdam Zoo involved a woman who thought she had formed a bond with Bokido, a large silverback, during several years of visiting. Upon Bokido's escape from his enclosure in 2007, he attacked the woman and other zoogoers. Gorilla survival tips are simple. Keep your distance. Don't look them in the eye, as this could be mistaken as a challenge. And never show your teeth, as that smile of yours will be seen as a sign of aggression. Even though the average gorilla can weigh nearly 500 pounds and be up to 20 times stronger than the average human, they're not as dangerous as some other wild apes. Even the primates that seem harmless can do serious damage. Native to East and South Asian rainforests, gibbons can be found in countries including China, Thailand, Cambodia, India, Malaysia, and Indonesia. They're known for having long arms, some reaching 5 feet in length, and large, sharp canines that can inflict severe damage to anything or anyone they may perceive as a threat. Although not as strong as a silverback gorilla, gibbons can swing their bodies from branch to branch, jumping distances of up to 50 feet. This is thanks to their hook-like hands and specialized shoulder joints, allowing them to move quickly. Gibbons often scavenge for fruits and greens, but they are also known to eat insects, bird eggs, and small birds if the opportunity arises. As territorial animals, they live in small groups and have no problem fighting one another if that's what it takes to protect themselves. Unfortunately, due to deforestation, many gibbons are losing their natural habitats, which has led to their relocation to sanctuaries and zoos. Gibbons don't appear to be much of a threat to humans, likely due to their smaller size, especially compared to other apes. They are usually just over 2 feet long, with the largest species, the siamang, reaching 3 feet and weighing around 26 pounds. That said, they are still wild animals and can do some serious damage when provoked, something a couple of zoo visitors learned the hard way in 2011. After escaping from its enclosure at the Malacca Zoo in Malaysia, a gibbon bit a 5-year-old girl's ankle and then grabbed a 3-year-old boy, biting off a piece of his thigh. The 5-year-old had minor wounds that didn't appear serious, but the boy was rushed to hospital with severe injuries. Aside from his thigh, the boy also had injuries to his face. His mother, Anita Suleiman, explained, "I saw my husband grappling with the gibbon. A visitor came to his aid and hit the gibbon, forcing it to release the child. He lost a lot of blood. I fear my son will be scarred and traumatized for life." The zoo's director, Ahmed Azhar Mohammed, didn't confirm how the ape had escaped its enclosure, but suspected unruly visitors provoked it. If you encounter a gibbon in the wild, it will likely try to avoid you. But if it does attack, you'll want to fight back, as they are small but mighty. By now, you clearly understand why keeping an ape as a pet is not a good idea. Even if they seem tame, a wild animal will always be a wild animal, and instincts can kick in at any time. If you see one in its natural habitat, do your best to respect its territory. Some are endangered, and most can be incredibly territorial. No matter where you encounter one, getting on an ape's bad side will never bode well for you. Sometimes you may not see an attack coming. That's what happened to Charla Nash, who nearly lost her life when her best friend's ape tore her apart.
With a gun! With a gun!
Now this left me terrified. I still think monkeys are cute. Rest in peace, Harambe. But bruh, these stories kind of sad. They make you think about it. Should we be having these animals in enclosures at all? Should we? That's sick, dog. All throughout history, these animals out here. They're out here.